I am back. I know it's been a while, about 2 months actually, since I have filmed a video, and today I'm kind of bringing it all back. I'm going to share with you what has kept me away for so long, what we've kind of been up to here on our homestead, in our homeschool, give you a little bit of an update on how things are going, and some kind of plans that we have coming up for the future here on this channel. If we are just meeting, my name's Erin. I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids from 2nd grade through 9th grade. And we've been homeschooling from the very beginning. We have been homesteading here on our property for the last 3 years. We have kind of started off the year a little bit different than we normally have in the past. And part of that is because of our homestead, our harvesting. All of that kind of stuff seems to align right at the beginning of a traditional school year, is kind of when everything is ready to start harvesting here on our property. So our homeschooling has definitely been very intricately linked to what things have been doing on our homestead. I have been gone, kind of MIA from this channel because of that, and we have been just harvesting and canning and dehydrating and freezing and all of the things with the produce that we've grown here in our orchard as well as in my vegetable garden. So that has been quite a large undertaking, something that I am still learning kind of how to juggle that component with our homeschooling. We have just kind of done things a little bit light. So we have eased into our homeschool the first quarter of this homeschool year. I can't believe a quarter has gone by already. But we have primarily been focusing on doing math every day and some component of language arts and a lot of reading, of course. We've been watching a lot of documentaries and science kind of shows and that kind of stuff to kind of fill in some of the other gaps in our homeschool year. I actually wanted to still kind of do some stuff group style. So we've been doing a devotional the last week or two that has been going through the different character attributes of God, and we've been having some great discussion over that, looking up Bible verses, talking about them together. That kind of stuff has been really great. I found that on the Bible Project's website. I will link that below if that's something you're interested in, but it's totally free and it has been amazing. So we have been doing that, and then we actually, rather than doing like, I know I had talked about doing finishing out A Gentle Feast and some of the other stuff we were going to do for like science and history, that kind of stuff. I've kind of put a pause on that because I haven't had time to really gather all those resources and figure out exactly what I want everyone to read each day and all of that kind of stuff. So we have been doing a unit study that I got last year that I had just kind of sitting on the shelf. We hadn't gotten into it yet, but it is called Wildcraft. It's from Jody Maccabee. Again, I'll link that below for you if you're interested. That has been something that we have really been enjoying doing together. It's kind of learning some different like survival skills kind of things, like tying knots, building shelters, how to filter water, like different kind of that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of really great like YouTube videos that are linked in that, some books we're reading, a read aloud. We've kind of been doing that as like the main component of our homeschool other than math and like reading, language arts kind of stuff. So that has been how we've been doing everything with my younger 3. My oldest has still kind of been doing his own thing because he can be a little bit more self-directed. He is working on more of his own stuff. He's still writing a book, so he's been spending a lot of time researching and writing for that and doing his math and some of his other like economics and different things that he's been working on. We've thrown in some biology reports and stuff that we will kind of continue working on to fill out his hours for his credits and that kind of stuff. With our homeschooling, we kind of were able to start things out pretty good. We did a couple of weeks of just like normal school and then we actually kind of broke up the beginning of our year with a vacation learning kind of trip up to Alaska. I'm just starting to kind of put together a video for you about that trip and some of the things that we did, the learning experiences we had and that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for a video about that. But that kind of waylaid our normal school plans because we were up there for 10 days and then back here on our property. And as soon as we got home, it was like a full swing of harvest. Pretty much everything that I grew in my garden was about ready to pick right when we got home in early September. So we have just been busy working on all of this harvesting and processing, canning, dehydrating, freezing, selling, like all of the things. And so our school, the only thing that kind of has saved us and kept us moving forward with our school is that last year I had put together these planning pages for our kids where I'm able to go in once a week on Sundays normally and kind of lay out a plan for what I want our kids to accomplish each week in their own individual work. And so the vast majority of what we do is independent led for our kids. So they are able to look at their planning page and figure out exactly what they need to do for the week and kind of do it on their own. And so that has been something that has really saved our homeschool because I haven't had to be involved in a lot of the like all day, every day component of doing school. So they've been able to do a lot of their own work independently while I have been working on stuff in the garden and in the kitchen, working on processing all of the stuff that I've picked from the garden. So that has been a big help for us. So that's kind of how things are going on the homeschool front. Oh, the other thing we have been reading, I just found this series by the Tuttle twins. It's called the Guidebook series, and it's written more for older kids like middle school, high school. This is something that I've been having my middle two boys that are 5th grade and 7th grade. They have been reading a couple chapters in one of these books each day as well, and then just kind of telling me back what they understood from the chapters that they have been reading. So that's been another element to our homeschooling. I will have a link to the Tuttle twins books in the description below. They have been fantastic. Our kids actually were just picking them up and reading them on their own when I got them in the mail. So I just kind of was like, let's start reading a couple a day and just have that be part of our school for this time while we're just kind of still getting in the groove of our normal school type atmosphere or schedule routine, whatever you want to call it. This year we're just about done with harvest. We still have a couple of trees that I need to pick here of apples, and then I have probably 200 or 300 more pounds of apples that are sitting waiting for me to dehydrate and turn into apple cider and that kind of stuff that are patiently waiting for me when I can get to it. Then I'll be able to rip out all the garden stuff and kind of start planning ahead for next year. The vast majority of what I have planted are heirloom seeds, so I've been saving seeds from our melons and pumpkins and that kind of stuff to replant for next year. Because they have done really, really well here. I'm kind of planning ahead though what some of the other things are. I'm about to buy seeds for next year's garden for things that I hadn't saved seeds from that I would like to plant. So I'm kind of in those planning stages for how that's gonna go. Our kind of little homestead that we are just getting started is definitely a big component of our everyday life here. So that's something that I would be more than happy to share about if that's something that you guys are interested in. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see a little bit more of that part of our journey and our life here. And that kind of ties into a little bit of a channel update, so to speak. I have been really just kind of weighing through, thinking through, praying through what the future of this channel is going to look like. One of the things I really feel like the Lord has been kind of speaking to me is how I need to be spending more time in discipleship with our kids and training them and really equipping them for the future, not just intellectually with, their homeschool, like school subject kind of stuff, but more spiritually, to have them be equipped spiritually for when they move out of our home and they're on their own, because every time you look around, this world feels like it is falling to pieces. And I know that the answer is Jesus, and I want to make sure that they know and trust that the answer is Jesus and that they are equipped to stand firm on their faith as they move on out of our home. And so I have really been just kind of holding this channel and all of the things that I do like with an open hand and just saying, okay, God, show me what it is you want me to be doing. What should I be sharing? How much should I be sharing? How often? All of those kind of things. So I am really kind of stepping forward in faith with this channel and just kind of thinking that I really need to be building into our family, and that has to come first. I'm still kind of praying for direction. I really my true heart in starting this channel to begin with was to help equip you to be able to homeschool your children. And the reason for that is not just that I think homeschooling is great, which I do, obviously, but I really believe that homeschooling is kingdom work, that is something we are not just educating our children, we are building up the next generation of Christians to go forward and to hopefully lead and guide this world back to Jesus. And so my heart's desire really is to help you, not just in the like school subject kind of component, but really the spiritual side as well. So I kind of am looking a little bit more at delving into that component a little bit more here on the channel. Again, let me know if that's something that you are interested in. I'm really wrestling through balancing like what my heart is and what I want to share, with also really wanting to make things that you feel are helpful, that are going to help inspire you and encourage you and equip you to continue on in your own homeschool journey. So help me out, will ya? Let me know what it is that you want to see here on this channel. That would be a big help for me going forward. And along that lines, I have been really working on some resources to help equip you as far as studying the Bible and equipping your kids to do the same. And so I'm not quite ready to share exactly what those things are because they're not ready to put out there in the world yet, but things have been going on in the background that I have been working on to kind of go along with all of that stuff that I hope to get out to you probably sometime in the spring. I would love to hear from you guys how your homeschool year is going as well. Please drop a comment below and let me know. Are you in your groove yet? Have you figured things out, gotten into a good routine? Are you enjoying your curriculum, your resources, extracurriculars, all those things? Let me know how you're doing. If you are curious and looking a little bit more into those planning pages that I talked about how our kids are able to use that to teach themselves and kind of be independent led in their homeschool, make sure you check out this video here, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button below, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.